Are you outside?
No, you.
I'm always in the garage.
It literally sounds like you're you're looking at a steak.
Chocolate being rubbed around
Hey,
here.
what?
Also, I can
Sounds
barely hear
windy.
you, CJ.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
he is a
talking
little
loud. I'll make it
Megan.
louder. I'll make it louder.
My goodness.
Turn.
Here.
Okay. So, previously in Lafayette,
Mhm.
a young girl named Elizabeth Singer had gone missing at Tabitha's school. When Tabitha brought this up to her father,
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, we can hear you better. Her father,
Okay.
Charles, had brought it to to Tabitha's attention that Elizabeth has gone missing. Tabitha's friends at school had given Tabitha some information onto what happened to Elizabeth, that she was attacked by a quote-unquote wild dog in the woods. Meanwhile, Isaiah and Harry, friends for a very long time and still co-workers, made their delivery run to the town of dairy and cheeses and vegetables and goods. And on the way back, ran into a blob-like, a dog sheep-like creature that seemed to be able to transform its shape. Although Isaiah never saw it initially, Harry made a speedy escape, and they went to the Lafayette Gazette the next night to report what they had found. Leroy Jenkins, also known as Pops, did some investigating of his own, speaking to the local doctor, Dr. Luc Durand, who gave him a list of names of people who had gotten sick, some of those who had ended up disappearing. Leroy investigating these missing persons. The night that we left off at, Leroy Jenkins heard a wailing in an alleyway, and upon investigating, found a homeless man who was being absorbed by a thick red blobbish creature. Upon trying to help the homeless man, Leroy himself started to be attacked by the creature, where he ran into Tabitha and Charles on their way to the Lafayette Gazette. Running away from the creature and leading it to Lafayette Gazette is where they ran into Harry and Isaiah. A harrowing attempt to enter safety went horribly awry, as the monster then was able to attack Charles. In defending themselves, Isaiah shot Charles as he was being attacked by the monster. Fortunately, Tabitha was able to peel away her father from the monster. They decided to run through the side alley of the Gazette building, jumping over a fence, where Isaiah and Leroy were unable to. Well, Isaiah wasn't able to go over the fence. Leroy went back to help, and in using a prototype flamethrower, ended up accidentally burning himself, as well as the monster. The monster was chased off. Tabitha unlocked the front door of the Gazette, and everyone was brought into the Gazette. So where we left off, Charles has been shot, attacked by the monster, and Leroy has also been attacked by the monster and set on fire.
A couple times. I burned myself too.
Yes.
You burned your arm twice. You burned your arm and then set that arm on fire, right?
Yes.
So it is Saturday night.
And I ain't
and
got nobody.
You're rushing into a dark wooden room. It's the Lafayette Gazette is a newspaper, zine type production. So
And it's also my clubhouse.
it's also the basement is. The basement is,
No one's,
but the
no one's allowed to go
first
there.
the first floor, we see wooden interior walls. The actual building is brick, right? So you walk in, but from that point on, there's wood floors, wood stairs, wood walls. So we see this like dark wood. There are candles that are not lit. There are some lamps that can be turned on, but all of the lights in this building are currently off, so you don't really have too good of sight when you're entering this building.
I have dark vision. Wait, no, I don't. Not in this game.
You don't. You
Wrong game.
actually don't anymore. So, what do you guys? What do you guys do?
Okay. My daddy is hurting, and I want to get a doctor. We need to
yeah.
get a
Well, I'm
doctor
bleeding
now.
out. I'm bleeding out right now.
Well, yeah, you too. We need to get a doctor for both of these guys.
I'm fucked up. I'm jacked
Well,
up.
is there anything around here that we can use to help get the bullet out and fix that arm of yours?
It's more than just an arm. Like half my body is.
I should know how to use the telegraph, right? Like I can contact the local doctor. There's got to be an emergency line some way. This is a publication. They have to have like a news line or a tips line.
There's a telegraph in the room over, dear. You may be able to use that, but it's Saturday night. I don't know what doctors are available.
I'm gonna try Dr. Duran
Well,
somehow. If there's
Dr.
any way.
Duran owes me a favor. He should answer.
All right, so yeah,
He's dying in his chair. I love it. That's great.
Well, Ari, why don't you go with Tabitha and take one of those lanterns? Make sure nothing gets her.
Charles is going to sit down. Leroy, I gotta ask right now. You, if I remember correctly, you have taken 4 harm at this point, right?
Yeah.
So you are currently unstable. I want to know.
I'm not unstable yet. I'm getting close to jacked up.
When you reach 4 or more, mark unstable.
Oh hell.
So wait, does that count as part of the 4, or has he got the 3 in the okay and the 1 in the dying?
No, I
That's
got
the
4.
unstable.
Unstables just means past the line.
Yes. That being said, unstable injuries worsen as time passes, so I'm going to give you a choice here. Is because you don't know. So
Duran knows my phone number because I've been calling him a lot recently.
What I mean to say is you are currently unstable. You have been burned. You've been attacked. And with your unstable condition, I am going to give you a choice. Your choice is that you can try to direct people to what they may need to do, or you can attempt to do these things yourself. If you direct people and you sit down and you relax and you just kind of tell people where things are, what they need to do, I'll say that as for right now, your injuries will be what they are. But if you try to do too much yourself, I am going to apply another mark of harm.
Okay. Well, can I ask you, Keeper? Can Jake ask the Keeper? Can I kind of be a little protective of my, like, I guess my house? I guess you can call it.
I want you to roleplay Leroy
All right.
as Leroy would see fit.
All right.
If
hell!
Leroy sees people going through his stuff and he doesn't like it, I want you to do that.
Okay, deal. All right. Oh shit. The door's locked now. Okay. Hey, now, hey, little girl there. Go ahead, use that telephone graph thing you got over there. So I'm feeling a little delusional right now.
I'm going to have to take a seat.
Charles, you know this place probably a little. No, I know it a little better than you. Tell your girl over there to go ahead and use that telegraph and get the old doctor on the phone now. You know, he owes me a couple favors. Hey, you there, sir?
All right, Tabitha, you're at the phone in the other room?
Yeah, Dad. What do I gotta do?
I don't know if the doctor will be available, but the line number to connect is 1-2.
Oh, okay. All right. And what's the message you want me to send?
Beep, beep,
Never
beep.
mind. I'm just gonna tell him emergency. This is Morse code, right?
Just an SOS. Do you remember how to do
Beep,
SOS,
beep,
baby?
Is that long, short, long? Or did I get it backwards? Did I just do OSO?
You have it backwards. It's short, long. Oh God, I'm not feeling very well.
Okay, Dad. I got this. They'll figure it out.
Mr. Isaiah, will you be a gentleman? Put some tea on. I think I got something from a while back. It grew out in the fields.
Oh, okay. I mean, we need to stop. Can we help your arm at all right now? Do you have anything here?
Yeah. If you look underneath that drawer right there, I got this crazy cacti monster looking plant from out west a little bit.
Are you trying to do
Tabitha?
peyote?
Yep.
Tabitha, real quick, because you're making the telegraph, I guess I'm a little bit too used to Dungeons and Dragons. So what I'm looking for is,
Why are you moving
if
my
you
feet?
could give me just a solid, like, a luck roll. That's basically
luck
what I'm
roll?
gonna name it. I don't see a roll for it here. But I'm going to maybe act under pressure.
Okay, I can do an act under pressure.
Yeah,
roll.
let's say act under pressure, and what your result is going to determine whether the good doctor is there.
And while she's doing that, Keeper, I have a preparedness, and I have an aloe plant somewhere.
Well, give me a moment. Let me resolve what's going
I got
on with
a
Tabitha.
mixed success. I think I did that right.
Yes. So here's what I'm gonna say. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna leave that for now. You have sent the message out. I'm just going to remember that you got an 8. So.
And I happen to have some medical supplies somewhere with some very graphical pictures on how to treat gun wounds and burns.
Okay. Tabitha,
So-
you've just sent the message. You have not gotten a response back.
Is there another doctor in town, or is there another like a hospital or a medical facility someplace else I can try and send the same message out?
The police.
There are a couple doctors, but I
Oh,
think
yeah, that's right. I didn't think about that.
okay.
But this doctor owes me a favor for something that I did for him a while back, but we won't get into that right now.
Uh,
All right. You have an aloe plant?
I got a whole medical kit somewhere with one of my special moves called preparedness.
give me one moment.
It's a whole book about how to do anything and everything.
Oh.
All right, so Tabitha has put out a word to Dr. Luke Durand. So Leroy, you're talking about preparedness. This is like one of your specials. Roll sharp on 10 plus. You have it right here and now. 7 through 9, you have it, but not here. On a miss, you know where it is. Okay, so as of right now, I want you to roll for preparedness, and let's see what you got.
Input value 0, yeah?
It's plus sharp, but no forwards.
Okay.
Damn.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
This aloe plant isn't just somewhere; it is
on the coffee table.
Yeah, it's right there.
But in it also in the drawer underneath the coffee table is a particular device that stops bleeding, kind of like a tourniquet that will stop a gunshot wound.
Okay, yeah, I'll
it's a whole medical kit that tells you exactly how to take care of anything and everything right now.
I'll let this happen, but you know who's going to be helping you with this? Because as I said, if you're trying to do this on your own, you're already pretty badly hurt.
I just wanted to know if I had. I was asking Isaiah. That's why I said, "Here, hey son," and then Tabitha had to go ahead and call everyone.
So I mean,
I'm trying just to get. I didn't call the police yet. I was just trying to call the doctor.
So I'm gonna tell Isaiah exactly where all this stuff is, and I'm gonna entrust him that he knows what to do. So he's got to do his thing.
I'm gonna get the book explaining how to stop the bleeding from the bullet or whatever the supplies I need for her dad because he's been shot.
Okay.
And then I'll go help Pops if he's not helped yet.
Okay.
In the meantime, if the telegraph were to get a response, I'd be able to hear it, right? It'd be or something. Like I can come back in the room and try and assist if I need to read or if I need to hand you anything. This
is also the middle of the night, right?
It's not the middle of the night. It's probably like 8:30 at night.
Well, so we should be able to hear a pin drop in this place. Nobody's working, so we should be able to hear a telegraph go off.
Other than the fact that Charles is groaning because he was just shot, and Leroy's making whatever noises that a half-burned person.
Oh hell!
All right, so we should be able to kind of hear that. I'm gonna go try to stop the bleeding
with the tourniquet and tell them exactly how to do it. We have the equipment. We don't know if you know how to read or not.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm in school, so I know how to read. So how about that? I read to them that are trying, because, they grew up on a farm. Did you guys learn how to read?
We're going to go fix her dad as a team effort. Somebody who's not illiterate and somebody who's an adult is going to go fix an old man.
So
I just told Isaiah where the shit was. That's all I did.
All right,
that's okay. I want to help all of you, but
I'm not trying to say it in a derogatory way. I'm just saying I can help if you're. I mean, I don't know.
I haven't quite gotten into the idea of literacy amongst the farmhands, but Harry, Isaiah, do you guys think that you've, like, in your backstory, do you imagine that your characters have been working on a farm their entire life? Have they learned how to read at some point, or are they illiterate?
I think I can read. Okay, we lift things up and put things down throughout.
I know some of these words.
Yeah, I could read. Does anything above like a 5-letter word? I need a little bit of. No, I'm joking. But let's go help her dad real quick.
Okay.
Let's get a big thing about this. Let's go save him.
So who is going to actually, apply medical care to Charles?
I'll do it, and if she wants to read the book to me while I'm doing it, so I'm not trying to do
Yeah, I'll
something.
do whatever I can to help. I just want my daddy fixed.
I'm gonna ask.
You.
I'm gonna ask the keeper. Hey, since these boys are farm people, they probably know a thing or two about blood.
Here's
So they
what,
have to have a little bit of life experience.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, that's true.
Tabitha, because you are reading the instructions to Isaiah, before Isaiah makes a protect someone roll, I want you to give a help out roll.
How do we do that again?
It's in your
Oh, here it
character
is.
sheet.
I see it. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
That's bad.
But
hey, I get experience.
So, what I am gonna say is, Isaiah, I want you to make a protect someone roll, but I think Tabitha is, Tabitha's just really flustered at the fact that they were just attacked. You've all just been attacked by a monster. Her dad was shot. There was an explosion, and now Leroy is half burned. Like, I think Tabitha is still riding pretty high as far as like adrenaline is concerned, and she's reading, but she's kind of tripping over her words and jumping around from thing to thing. So I'm gonna have you make a protect someone roll, but you're not getting the +1 help.
So it wouldn't be helping out somebody. I'm protecting somebody.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You are God. Let's do
this. This is as bad. This is as good as I can figure to make this.
Oh well.
Oh.
Thank God it's Charles.
Ooh, excuse me. What?
We
no,
really need to
that's
get him
my
to
dad.
Well, you need to read the instructions better.
Okay, what? Well, since they're all getting fucked up, keeper, I'm gonna chime in and say, like, I don't know if this counts as me like doing it or not. I'm just gonna say, make the knot or make the loop as tight as you can above the wound.
Well, they've already. I'm gonna say that what's happened to Charles has happened, and I am going to remember this roll for the future. Let me just make a note here.
I'm definitely losing my cool in this whole situation, and this is just way too much drama for me right now, and I'm really concerned about my dad. And I'm gonna go back to the telegraph and try and send another SOS out again, see if I can, because I'm freaking the fuck out.
Real quick, before you do that, I'm gonna let you get to that, but I want to hear from Harry. Harry's been kind of quiet. Harry, are you doing anything to help this situation? What are you up to?
Essentially, Harry is listening to the a 1990 something or 1890 something version of a podcast. I don't know what Harry could do other than scratch his ass and be like, if it ain't a cow, I can't milk it. I don't know what's going on.
Hey boy, you know what you gotta do, Harry. You gotta put that belt above the wound.
All right, here I tell you what. I'm gonna go over to Pops and I'm gonna attempt to try to help him out.
Okay.
With his medical kit.
All right. So you have a medical kit. I want you to give me a protect someone roll.
Okay.
My goodness.
Son of a bitch. Mark experience.
Oh yeah,
So
for
if-
everyone that's failed a roll, I want you to make sure that you're marking an experience point. Remember to do
So
that.
I filled all 5. What happens now?
Oh, you've filled up your experience bar?
Yep. I failed a lot.
So
He's not been rolling so good.
So
I think I haven't passed yet.
at the end of this session, we're going to have you level up. Not right now. At the end of the session.
Okay.
So I am making a note of these rolls. As of right now, you've bandaged up Charles and Leroy.
And
Tabitha,
is Keeper, is that just because I happen to roll decent on the actually I had the supplies?
I would say that the idea of them bandaging you guys up is the ability for them to have attempted to do that was because you had the supplies. If you didn't have supplies, there would have been no rolls.
Huh.
Yeah, because if you don't have medical supplies to try and help, maybe if you guys said something like, ripping off a piece of shirt, but we're beyond that at this point.
I was just curious to see how the gameplay was going.
Yep. Tabitha, you hear a beeping coming from the other room.
Okay. So I go back and I go read it. I assume that at this time I would know Morse, right? I know what it says and how to read it.
So the message reads, and your initial message was SOS. That was just kind of
Well, SOS. I don't know. What else would I have put? I say where we were.
okay. So you did say where you were at, like Lafayette Gazette.
Yeah.
Okay. You get a message back from Dr. Luke Durand, and he says that he is going to be on his way.
Wonderful. Okay, so I go back in and I tell everybody that the doctor's on his way.
God.
I assume that if I were to send a message back to him to ask him when he's going to get here, I mean, like, yeah.
He's already on the way.
He's already on the way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get a response.
Thank God an actual doctor's coming because we're not good at this. I am so sorry about this. Like, I don't know what to do other than just apologize. But Pops, do you have like any rags and oil or something? Because I saw fire hurt that thing. Because fuck my life, I thought I was gonna die.
Well, we call this one the party giver.
Oh, not the real, not that thing you used. I just want to light a knife on fire, man. That thing looked like it was gonna blow up.
Well, I'll tell you this: I might have a couple shirts down in my workshop.
Possibly oil.
Yeah. Well, you could check the liquor cabinet.
Well, I would like to grab some liquor and some rags or something for
Boy,
Molotov.
we gotta see if I still have any liquor if I drank it all.
Oh well, how much do you? That doesn't sound healthy, Pops.
Aren't you at work? Like this is your work. You're drinking at work.
This is also where he
what?
resides.
We're asking the wrong
Fair.
question. Harry,
You're
go
asking the
put on
wrong
tea.
question. Thank you, Isaiah.
Harry, go put on the tea. Is it okay if we all have a cup?
Can
Is it
can
specialty?
you give us some liquid courage, Keeper?
Oh, I was talking about your special tea.
I'm gonna say that you keep you have a personal stash of liquors in the basement.
Okay,
We don't
so
have to roll for that.
No,
Well,
I
well-
don't think it's unreasonable to think that Leroy has liquor in the basement.
Okay, how many
Okay.
bottles of liquor can I have? How much will you bring up? Like,
can I roll a d20 for that?
Nope,
I wanna grab
that is not how this works.
I just want to grab as much as I can and bring it up because fire hurt that thing again. We need something that can make lots of fire. That sounds like a good idea.
That's smart. It sounds good to me too.
Can I ask you a question? Did I learn anything from my failed experiment?
Did I learn
the flamethrower?
You learned that bagpipes are a bad medium for making flamethrowers.
Okay.
But he doesn't know what a flamethrower is, so he just
You're
thinks that was a
welcome.
great.
Okay.
Was great.
That makes sense. So now I gotta figure out what might make a better medium.
We'll discuss that a little bit more later, I suppose.
Okay. So as of right now, my flamethrower is out of commission.
Yeah.
How about like a big version of a water skin?
It's out of commission. Doesn't matter. It's gone.
That's the same thing essentially as a
Seems to
bagpipe. A
exist.
bagpipe is made out of the
bagpipe
stomach of a
has, like-
goat, isn't it?
Yeah, but doesn't that have like 9 nozzles where liquid was coming out of while he was doing it?
Yeah, it was a really weird, that. It was not great.
Like it was just squirting.
It worked enough.
Okay, so you want an animal stomach with less nozzles coming out of it.
Yeah, so just an animal stomach.
Right, perfect. I feel like we have an inn. We know some people that work on a farm. Probably can find that there.
Yeah, but what about that? All right, so I'm feeling a lot better now that this ointment's on my skin. How you feeling over there, Charles?
Oh, I'm not doing, and he throws up.
Oh God.
Oh hell.
Where can I get him some water or get a pail or
Can
something to help?
I would say that
Was there-
there's like a small kitchen area. You go
Hey,
and get those
real
items.
quick.
And it's
Before
right.
we-
Hey, girl, why don't you go and grab me some of them liquors too?
Isaiah.
Did he have something that did he have something to sterilize that wound in that kit, or can I go
I had anything and everything to do anything in that kit.
All right,
I just
hold
had to
on.
make
Real
sure
quick.
that they had to
Whoa.
pour alcohol.
There's a lot going on, but at this point, Isaiah, you hear a woman's voice,
Oh,
and the woman's voice, it's like a whisper, and there's an echo behind it, and you hear her say, "He is going to die." And
What?
it
What?
just
Oh.
kind of repeats over and over in your head. He is going to die. You can help him. Isaiah, he's going to die. Unless you do something. We can help him.
who's there?
We've always
Nobody
been
else
with you,
can-
Isaiah.
God.
We can help him. But you need to let us out, Isaiah.
I look around. Does the voice look like it sound like it's coming like really close?
You hear it in your head.
Ooh.
No one else hears this, by the way. It is just Isaiah. And I'm going to say that you feel a vibration coming from your necklace.
I grab it and
As
say,
soon
"Who
as
do
you
I
touch your necklace, as soon as your hand makes contact with the teeth of your necklace, everything goes black.
Oh God.
Slowly, the lights, the light comes up. Where this is just Isaiah, and everywhere around you is pitch black. But as your eyes adjust, you can start seeing trees. There's the moon now. You can see moonlight, and you hear crickets. You hear frogs singing, and you realize that your feet are wet, and you're standing in the bayou.
Oh. Oh God. I pull out my knife and just start looking around. Is my knife there?
I'm sorry, your mic cut a
Far
little
away?
bit. What's going on?
Oh, I just wanted to pull out my knife if I still have it on me
No
and look
knife.
around. Cause
All you have on you right now are your clothes and your necklace. And you hear
is anybody?
Isaiah.
Who's there?
Isaiah, we've been watching you for a while now. Isaiah,
That
we can help.
who can you help?
You, Isaiah. Isaiah, we've been watching you for so long. We're so proud of you.
Thank you. Am I gonna be okay?
We don't know, Isaiah. But it's time that we help you more. We've been with you for a long time. And it's still got this echoey, that whisper on the wind echo to it. Come see me, Isaiah. And as you're looking forward in the moonlight against the trees and the swamp and the crickets, you see the orange glow of a fire with the shadows ahead of you. And there's you get the feeling that there is a fire that has just appeared behind you.
All right, I'm gonna walk towards the fire.
You turn around and there's a young woman crouched next to the fire. Sit down, Isaiah.
Okay, I sit beside her.
Isaiah, how much do you remember of your parents? Specifically your mom.
I mean, she loved me. That's all I really remember.
Yes. Your mother was a great woman. It is very unfortunate what ended up happening to her. But what was in her has been passed on down to you. And it's our job to make sure that you learn to control what you are able to do. I need you to do me a favor, Isaiah. I need you to walk into the fire.
Well, that sounds like not a great idea for me. I just met somebody that's been burned.
Isaiah, if you want our help, you're going to have to trust us.
I mean, don't know how I got here. This is probably a dream, so I'm gonna trust you. Let's do this. Get up, and I'll walk towards the fire or into the fire. Or
You stand in the fire, and the woman's face becomes highly visible. She's a young black woman dressed very well in a beautiful white dress. It's almost like the swamp hasn't even touched her. She almost looks like an angel.
hallelujah.
Very good, Isaiah. I want you to understand, as long as you stand in the light, we can help you. And I want you to give me your first use magic roll.
You know what? I just want it to be really great. I'm gonna use a luck point. Fuck it.
Perfect. You're back in the room, and you see Tabitha and Leroy and Harry all staring at you. Just so everyone else knows what just happened to Isaiah. When Isaiah touched his necklace, his eyes opened wide, and you saw his eyes roll upwards and go into like the back of his head, and he just stood there, frozen still.
Great. Everyone around me's falling apart. Isaiah,
We
are you
really
okay?
need that doctor.
Pops is just happy to be alive still.
So, Isaiah, what do you do now that you're back in the room?
I'm gonna ask why everybody's staring at me.
Well, you were. Wait, what happened to James's mic?
Yeah, it's really low. James?
It's worse.
What did he say?
I have no idea. I don't know. Let me see if I turn him up.
So let me turn him up.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh.
Isaiah, as you come out of it and you see Charles breaking into a sweat, and he passes out.
No, my daddy. Oh my God, where's the doctor? Somebody, daddy. I start shake. Well, on the side that he's not shot, I start kind of trying to shake him to wake him.
How about this? Do I have any? Do I happen to have anything that would possibly might keep me awake and going?
Well,
I would say that you're still awake, but Charles has something else going on.
I'd like to roll for cocaine.
How far away is Charles and Pops?
Like
real
you're
quick.
you're
Are we on the
sitting
same
down
spot or are we in,
near
like
him.
lazy or like desks?
As you're looking at Charles, you actually see where his bandage was wrapped. You see blood seeping through the bandage.
Can I walk over to him?
So I know that the bandage wasn't wrapped properly then.
Can I walk over to him?
Absolutely.
Can I walk over to him and maybe I want to grab my necklace and put my hand on him and maybe that wasn't a dream and talk to the spirit and ask if he could help him.
You don't hear anything from the spirit right now.
Oh.
That being said, the bandage is starting to soak through with blood. You now, just so you understand, Isaiah, you feel a magical presence. You feel energized. You feel like a vibration going through your body. You don't hear that voice anymore, but you feel the same vibration through your body that you felt from your necklace just before you grabbed it.
What year is this right now?
1892.
1892.
Yes.
So that's 30 years after the Civil War. Okay. So, how old was I in the Civil War? 'Cause my name's Pops.
We will. I
I
don't
got-
know that this is the right time to go over this.
No, I need to know because I need to know where my life experience is. Was I 18 or was I 30?
I would say that you were probably a teenager when
So
the
then,
Civil War was happening.
so that makes me about 50 years old then.
I mean, you tell me, man. It's your character.
Well, I'm just saying if I was a teenager, okay, so let's say I'm not 18, so 20 years later, 30 years later, I'm in my late 50s at this point. I've seen a lot of shit. Okay. So, I could expend one of my little boxes to help Charles right now if I stand up and fix it myself, yeah?
Remember, if you start doing things on your own, there is going to be harm applied to you.
Harm. Okay. Can I get upset at this point and say like,
Yeah, be upset.
why? All right. Hey, why you letting Charles bleed out like that?
I'm not trying.
That is the laziest bandage I've ever seen.
Well, do you want me to do it again?
Nope, you leave that one just there, just like that. This is what they taught me in the big one. All right. Go ahead. I see you got them bootlaces all strapped up nice and tight. Now go ahead and do that right in his armpit. Wrap that up nice and tight. Like, take your shoelace off, boy. Wrap it up in his armpit as tight as you can. It's okay if his hand turns white.
Oh God.
Tabitha,
Okay.
Tabitha, I want you to what? Tabitha, you see your dad is passed out, and the odd thing about the bandage that you see is it's gone from that bright red of blood, and now you're starting to see a blackish blue color
Oh.
going through the bandage.
Oh God.
He's legitimately dying at this point. Like next step is like death.
No. We need.
It's combat 101.
I have no medical training. I am a child. I don't know what I can do in this situation. I called for the doctor. Where the frick is the doctor? Where's the doctor? Shouldn't he be here by now? How much time has passed?
He might lose his arm. Hey, he might lose his arm, but he's gonna stop the bleeding, and his heart will pump a little bit slower.
Okay, I'll listen to Pops and take off a shoelace and put it around his armor.
As tight as you can. Don't you think it's too tight? Make it tighter.
I'm still trying to wake my dad up. I'm like.
Don't even bother there, girl. I promise you, all he needs to do is stop the bleeding. He might not have no arm, but he gonna have a heartbeat.
God, when did this D&D or this episode of game turn into like Grey's Anatomy? Oh God.
Well, this is like Jake saying this. This is War First Aid 101. How to apply a tourniquet. High and tight.
Okay.
Like I said, you might lose an arm, but at least you're gonna have a heartbeat.
So, what is it that everyone is doing, or who is doing what to Charles? I need to know, because we've been talking about it, and I'm gonna say you need to make a decision.
I'm gonna
what is
do what
happening
Pops
in
said.
the next
I'm gonna
15
listen
seconds.
to Pops again.
Huh?
High and tight, baby. High and tight.
Well, I'm gonna tell people what I see just in case they can't see it. That it looks like it's what, black and blue is what you said, or
Yeah, there is a blackish liquid coming through the bandage.
yeah. Is that right? That don't look right.
That's blood. That is
It's black.
blood.
Do y'all see that?
Yeah. Do you want me to listen to Pops or you? It's your dad. You
No, you do. Fix him.
Make a
him
decision
better.
right now.
I'm gonna do it.
High and tight, baby. High and tight.
I'm gonna do it now. Whatever he just said. I'm gonna take a shoelace and wrap it around high
Okay,
and tight
I'm gonna just let you have that.
while applying pressure to the wound. I don't know.
Where is Harry? Where's Harry through all this?
I told you he's in the corner listening to an 1890s podcast.
All this chaos is going on, and he's listening to a radio show
I think it would just be
on
a
technology
newspaper.
that's not even existing back
I think
then.
he's just reading a newspaper comic, and he's just that's funny, silly dog.
Oh my god.
He might have been drunk before this.
This
That
Marmaduke
is
is
true,
hilarious.
he was.
Okay.
Harry, while everyone is, tying off Charles's arm, you hear a knock at the door.
Okay. Who goes there?
Bring his ass in here now, son.
Wait.
Is that the doctor?
What you
We
should
need to let the
expect
doctor
is
in.
body.
Hello?
Maybe y'all should shut up and let the people talk. Hold on. Who's there?
Hello? I got
Hello?
a message.
Get in
this
here.
is Dr. Luke Durand. The door is locked.
Get in here. I've unlocked it. Come on in.
Hello? Harold, yes?
Yes.
Yes, your
Sure.
father's Ted. What?
Actually, Ted's my uncle. My dad's name is Tim.
Oh,
I know it's confusing.
oh yes. You messaged me? What seems to be the problem?
We got like a couple dying people in here.
It says it so nonchalantly. What?
Doctor, come over here. This man.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
screaming for the doctor too.
What?
Um,
What happened here?
He got shot. You need to go help him.
No, you don't say he got shot. Say you shot him.
No, he got shot in some totally unrelated incident that doesn't have anything to do with right now.
He was shot.
Exactly.
He was shot, and then some creature was crawling on him too, and now he's bleeding and he's passed out.
Okay.
Just stop the bleeding.
This needs to be taken care of right away. Put him on the table there. So
I thought he was on a table.
no, he passed out. Like I'm thinking he probably went on the floor. Did anyone put him on a table?
I thought
No,
he
I
was
don't.
laying down on something.
In the lounge.
Yeah, he was.
You know what?
He was like on a chair.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
I envisioned him on
let me see
something else.
here. And as he pulls out his doctor's bag, and he pulls out some clean bandages and a few salves, and he pulls out a small set of scissors, and he begins to cut off the bandage that was applied earlier. Let me see. That was, I believe that was Isaiah who did the bandaging on Charles earlier.
Yeah.
And when Dr. Luke Durand opens up the bandage, not only is there a lot of blood, but there's a blackish liquid coming from the wound, and he asks Tabitha to go to the sink, fetch a pot of water, which Tabitha does very easily. But with the water, he rinses the wound, and inside of the gunshot wound, and just small bits of it, but enough that you recognize it, because of Isaiah's poor medical experience, he didn't think to rinse the wound first, and you actually see some of the red mass that the blob left behind on Charles's arm inside of the wound.
Ooh. Do we kill him?
Don't kill my dad.
The doctor looks at the arm and goes, "Oh, this is very bad. What is this?" And he pulls out a small scalpel and a small glass vial, and he scrapes the red mass into the vial and caps it. He then begins to rinse the area further, but as he's rinsing it and wiping it and dabbing at it with a small cloth, you notice that a small area, maybe about the size of, like, there's the bullet wound, and then there's a small ring around the bullet wound, maybe about the size of a nickel in total. But he takes a clean cloth, dabs the area lightly, and some of the skin comes off and sticks to the rag.
Oh God.
Oh.
And Dr. Durand says, well, Dr. Durand just has a sorrowful look in his eyes as he sees this. He pulls out a small bag of ground herbs and applies some of the
Fires that shit up.
and wraps the wound with a clean cloth. He then goes to Leroy. Leroy.
Doc, you better fix me nice and gun. I've been telling you for a while now. You remember that one time? Yeah, we won't talk about that one time, but you remember it.
What? Pops, what happened to you?
Well, it first started out with
flamethrower.
Well, no, yeah, you there, Mr. Harris.
It all started with the flamethrower.
Pops,
You don't know what
I know
that
that you
actually. When I was walking.
Look, you mentioned your Streamfire device to me before, and I told you before, I just didn't think it was a good idea.
Well,
would not recommend.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I was walking down from our favorite little rest.
While you're talking to him, he's applying herbs to your burns and rinsing dirt off of.
This is all natural. It has nothing to do with no monster. I'm telling you that right now.
Who said anything about a monster?
Oh, I was gonna tell you about the monster. I was walking down the street, and then I was just minding my own business. I had a cup of coffee in my hand. I was coming back here now, and I was about to do me some big reporting and investigating. Remember that meeting that you and I had the other day about that little girl that
I think Dr. Luke just kind of looks around the room and he sees the big bottles of like gin and rum and whiskey that are on the table that you guys have been partaking in, and he just kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, yeah, yep, yes, oh, that's very interesting," and he's bandaging you up. So I think he's like hearing you, but he's not listening, if you know what I mean.
Well, Doc, I appreciate you listening to me. About how many squares do you think I got back now?
Well, you lost a good amount of there's a lot of healing that's going to happen, but I think that if I had to quantify it, I would say that 2 of 7 squares uh,
2
have
of your
been
7 units of blood.
have been healed.
All right, now thank you there, boss. Boom.
Yes.
Does
Now,
that make him stable now?
yes, he is back within stable condition.
Okay. Now, do I know that, like,
Give me the chills.
can I tell the doctor about the monster? Will he believe me that I'm not been drinking?
You just had nightmares.
Just talk.
It's
You know?
I mean, like,
it's 1891. Everyone drinks.
Well, she
I
probably
am
hasn't figured
15
out.
years old. I'm not drinking.
You're
Has
As
she-
you can see over the bar, you're drinking.
Do you not
No.
see all this liquor that I brought?
Yeah, I saw that. I
Well,
helped
you're
bring some
here
up
around
too, because he asked me to. That's why there's even more up here now.
You
God,
see
how much
Pops is starting to
liquor
like
you
stretch
got
and
anyway?
get loose
I
again.
grabbed as much as I could carry.
Look, I want to talk to the doctor and say, look, I mean, well, first off, I just saw this, right? Like, I saw my dad's skin come off when he was wiping it. Doctor,
I would say that that you were very intently watching, because I mean, this is your dad. So yeah, I would say that you were just kind of like really watching everything that the doctor was doing to try and help.
so I'm a little confused about this move that I've got. I put it up there. It's called Connect the Dots. This is at the beginning of each mystery, which I don't understand how
We're in
that's
the middle of a
quantified.
mystery.
So does that mean I missed my chance to do this? Because it says at the beginning of each mystery. And each mystery, how many mysteries are we in? Or is that like every episode is considered a mystery?
Yeah, I would say if you wanted to do this, now
Who's breathing?
now if you were to use this move,
It's Cheddar.
you're not
Who's doing what?
you're not going to be talking to Dr. Durand. You're going to be asking these questions to me directly.
Oh, so this is questions to you. So, okay, because I'm wondering, like, because obviously I don't know what the doctor knows, and I don't know what the doctor's seen, and he already thinks that we're crazy talking about this monster. But I want to try and explain to him that I really did see it, that there was a blob that was crawling on this guy out in the alley, and then somehow it started coming after us, and then it got on my dad, and I had to scrape it to get it off of him. And that's how he got shot, is because Isaiah was trying to protect my dad, and he went to shoot the monster, the blob that was on him.
James, if you could do me a favor, you might need to mute yourself for a minute.
Am I echoing or something?
In the background, be like, listen to her. I know it might sound crazy, but y'all now know you're here. All right.
I'm sorry, just real quick, James. I need you to hit the mute button for a sec, because
I'm muted on my headphone. I'll do it again.
There's a lot of sound coming in from your channel.
what is all this noise then?
It's like a TV background.
What you got to do is go to your Discord, go to the bottom left. There's a little microphone icon. You got to click that button right there. Thank you. Oh hell.
Oh, I think it's feedback. Yeah. Okay, he's muted it. Yeah, I think the
Yeah, it
issue
was weird.
we were getting like feedback from whatever speaker he's listening to. I think it was just coming back through the mic.
Huh. All right.
Okay, so where were we?
I don't know. I'm lost now. I wanted to tell the doctor about the monster. I'm trying to tell him the story about it because I'm the only sober one in the group. I guess. I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
sober. I'm sober.
Yeah, but you're slightly delirious. You've lost some blood. And
I'm just crazy.
I'm just gonna
Well, I don't
I'm just
know
gonna
that
be
yet.
honest with you right now, Pops. You've always kind of come off as a wily
Unstable?
one. Yeah, unstable is a good word.
Yes.
And you're spouting a bunch of nonsense to the doctor right now. You're half on fire. I honestly think that at this point, the doctor is just gonna, if what you're saying, he's gonna be polite and he's gonna be like, yeah,
The
yeah.
reason why he's polite is because him and I know something about him that I helped him get out of a pickle one time.
Okay,
is he
we'll
gonna listen
discuss
to?
that more in the future. Okay. Uh, this is new information to me. So, for the time being, uh, so Tabitha, did you want to try to do this connect the dots move, or?
I mean, I might as well. It's not like I can only do it once, right? I can do it
I'm
more.
only going to allow this like once per session if you're gonna do it.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're only gonna be playing for another half hour. I don't feel like I'm gonna run into any other people right now.
Actually, I can't believe this has gone on as long as it did. We are still on. I've only gotten 3 of the scenarios that Yep. Okay. So, yeah, but.
Now you know how Carter feels.
Yeah, so do what
Right?
you is gonna do. Actually, I apologize. We will get back to this in just a moment. We have hit just over the hour point. I'm going to say we're going to take a 5-minute break. Grab yourselves a drink, use the bathroom, grab a snack, whatever it is that you're going to do. We're taking our 5-minute intermission, half break, and I will see you back here.
I've already done all 3.
It's 8:30 now, so we're going to say 8:36. Be back here. All right.
All right.
Yep. So am I causing a lot of feedback? Is that what's going on?
There was something weird going on. Yeah, every time somebody talks,
A piece of
it does
shit
sound like it's a really muffled version of what we're saying. That reminds me, there would have been mail today.
Hey, listen.
Oh my gosh.
I have
morning.
a campaign I've been writing, Peter. I have more written than last I explained to you. And if you guys want, I feel like I'd be a really good DM, and I have a pretty decent story in my head, and on paper.
Monk, can I just?
I'd like to. I'll play.
Can I just say this?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
No offense, but I would love to play the fuck out of your campaign.
Fuck yeah!
I
It's pretty
would
decent,
too.
isn't it?
Like, no offense at all. I want to play the fuck out of your campaign.
Hell yeah, bro! I feel like it's pretty good. Like I even have like items that I want to give people, and like I have like the first half of the story like lined up.
I'm down.
What campaign? What game? What
Uh,
happened?
Still getting stuff.
I have a D&D campaign I've been writing. Wait, hold on, like real quick.
Need a Snurf Nevlin Bard?
So okay.
Hold on,
Is
hold on,
everyone back?
Peter. Hold
Sure.
on.
Huh?
Look at all my yes.
Oh my god, are those all D&D books? Dude,
Yes.
you have gone in hard.
Bro, I've been like this is a study to me now.
This is
So you need
amazing.
another person? You're right. You want somebody to join? I'll join.
Well,
Legitimately, yeah. I'm into it.
Awesome. All right, are we ready to start back up?
Excuse me. Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
So, Tabitha,
Yep.
you are using where we left off. Dr. Luke Durand has bandaged up Leroy, and he is now stable again. He's not fully healed, but he is stable.
I'm okay.
Charles was rebandaged up, and we just saw some of Charles's skin come off, which which as far as of right now, Dr. Luke Durand and Leroy are the only ones that know about. Well, actually, Tabitha also. Tabitha was told about the mush earlier.
Yeah, but I was told it like through the grapevine at school, so I don't know how
Yeah.
much information I've gotten is actually accurate.
But you have just Tabitha has just witnessed that while the doctor was cleaning her father's wound, it's looking like because of the bit of the monster that was left in the wound when it was bandaged, and it never got cleaned out, it looks like Charles has contracted the mush. So that's where we left off. Tabitha was about to use a specialty move, I believe.
I think so. I've never done this before. So do I get? You said I get to do this like
Once per
every
session, I will
once
allow
per
this.
session. Okay, because I just, and this is me asking you. This is not me asking the doctor
Correct.
anything. And then I get to hold stuff. So I'm looking for the wider pattern, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Doing the connect the dots.
I guess so. I mean, if I can do this once per session, I might as well do it now, right?
Yep.
So let's see what it does.
You have to do a.
I am. Yep.
Well,
The roll
just
right
for
here.
anyone that's listening, at the beginning of each mystery, if you look for wider patterns that current events may be a part of, roll plus sharp on a 10 plus. You hold 3. You can spend those holds to ask these questions. You rolled a 10. So you have 3 holds. You can use one of them now, or you can save those holds till later.
Okay. All right. So, and these are the only questions I can ask, right?
As long as the river's
Yes.
flowing up, you have no problem
Right.
getting materials. And if it's flowing,
So, I don't think this is directly. Well, maybe. I want to know. Yes, what does the monster want from this person?
yeah.
What does the monster want from this person?
Yeah, like why are they? Like, why is the monster like infesting all these people and taking over them? What does it benefit? What does it do? What is?
How about infesting your dad?
Yeah, my dad.
So, okay. So I guess I have to. One moment.
I know, right? Just lay down, dog. He's over there scratching the heck out of that carpet. It's crazy.
So, what does the monster want from this person? So, the monster, when it attacks people and it absorbs people, it basically adds on to itself. It grows in mass, it becomes larger, and the body, the blood, the material of the person gets added to itself. So it's kind of like eating people, and in that way it grows bigger.
So wait, so by dissolving these people, I'm just asking because this is what had happened before, right? Like the people just kind of dissolve.
Mm-hmm.
They don't liquefy and then like liquid metal kind of gravitate towards a central object. Like how does it increase its mass?
By absorbing a person.
Does it need to be near like the main monster? I mean, I'm not understanding how this monster.
Hmm.
Because the guys are away from it, right? Like the monster's not physically close to it.
So I think this is a pretty big question that you're asking. It's not exactly one of the questions that is on the list. However, I will allow you to spend a hold. It's up to you, but I think that the question that we're looking at is how does infecting a person with the mush, how does that help it absorb a person, and how does infecting a person give it the ability to absorb the person, right?
Yeah, it's kind of, but you know what? I honestly, I don't know if that's really that relevant. We get the point. It infects people so that it can gain mass and gain power, so that it can be bigger, better, faster.
Yeah. So
Um,
it infects people, but obviously uh your dad isn't being absorbed right now. He himself is not being absorbed by the monster. He's just been infected. There is a reason that the monster infects people when it can't absorb them. But once again, that I feel like that's a pretty big question. So if you wanted to spend a hold on that, I can explain that. But that's up to you.
is it um word I'm looking for? Pertinent? Is it going to help us solve this mystery if I find out why it's not absorbing my dad? I figured it's a time thing. Like everybody disappears after a couple of days.
I would say that you would need to spend a hold in order to find out that information from me.
Okay, fine. I will spend a hold.
Okay, so if you're gonna spend a hold, I will just tell you the idea behind infecting a person is that when a person gets infected with the mush and the skin softens, uh, once the person gets so sick that they're bedridden, or they're even like on death's door due to lack of skin and blood loss, uh, the monster can then come back later on to finish the job.
Oh, that is important. I'm glad I spent a point on that.
That's
So,
what I was saying. Like this was a much bigger question than I think you realized it was.
right. Okay. So the monster returns. So we know that now my dad is a target for this to come back. So
Yeah.
we can probably use that as a way to trap it.
So he's been marked.
Sorry?
He's been marked. Like
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Yeah.
yeah, he's been marked by the monster. And so he'll be the
Okay.
that he wants to go after. I honestly don't feel like going into work tomorrow after all this shit.
Isaiah, you have no idea what's going on right now.
Well,
Not really.
Tabitha, you have one more hold. I don't know if you want to spend it right now or hold on to it for later. I don't. So it's up to you.
I'll hold it for right now. Maybe I'll use it at the end of the session.
Okay.
See.
Well, I feel like you learned some pretty big information here.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we do with your dad now?
Turn the music up. Good music.
I don't know. Is he going to be okay, Doc?
Is
I
he
mean,
gonna lose his arm?
Oh yeah, how's the go? Right. Also, how's Pops doing over there? Like, I know I've been more concentrated on my dad. I am still concerned about
Pops
Pop.
is just happy to be here at this point.
I feel like I would have known Pops prior to this evening, seeing that he works with my dad, right? Like,
Yeah.
so he is a friend of the family. So I am concerned about his well-being as well. I am just very focused on my dad. You know, I don't have any other parental units. So he's my dad. He raised me. He's the only one that's been there my whole life. So, anyway, how is my dad doing, and how is Pops doing? Doc, are they going to be okay?
Well, that's the worst. That's the worst thing of gangrene I've ever seen.
Pops is going to be fine. Your father, well, I believe maybe we need to have a discussion and quickly. I've seen this as far as I've been able to tell in the past. It's a very rapidly
Damn, I
working
gave you that
case of
flag.
gangrene. I've seen it normally more advanced. This is quite literally the most minimal case of it that I have seen as of yet. Uh, which means what I can tell you is with normal gangrene, it would just affect the limb. Um, but Tabitha, to be quite honest with you, this new case of gangrene that has been so aggressive may overtake your father's entire body.
Is there anything we can do to stop it? Anything at all?
As I said, this is the earliest case of this that I have seen, and it's why I can. This is the first time that I can make this suggestion. We will. We would have to amputate the entire arm.
Daddy, are you? Daddy's awake, right? Charles is awake.
No, no. I think Charles is still passed out. Um,
Is it his right arm? I mean, like, I don't want him to die, and I trust you. You're the doctor, and
what
I mean, I'm pretty sure Pop said something very similar earlier.
what we will have to do is we'll watch him for the night. If I will continue to monitor this wound and study it. This is actually, uh, this may be a blessing in disguise for so many other people. I will continue to watch the wound's progress. Maybe it goes away. Maybe it gets worse through the night. If I see the gangrene spreading, I will have to perform an emergency amputation through the night, but I just want to watch it for a little bit, and maybe in the morning when Charles wakes up, we can have a discussion. So we'll see uh, what happens from here.
I got a question, Keeper.
Mm, no. Okay, what's up?
All right. So I have a move.
You have a move.
It's called Dark Pass.
Okay.
I'm gonna share it just for the viewers at home.
Okay.
Memories. Is that like memories, but
Yeah.
Memories. You remember in your past, you see a
But I have to roll.
yelling at a cat, and the cat at the dinner table doesn't understand why.
Get out of here.
Just
What do you mean?
okay, so you want to use this move, Dark Past.
Yeah, so it's like So I think I've encountered something in my past that might either be one, like a severe case of gangrene, or two, some knowledge of said weirdness.
Okay.
Or I'll let the keeper like use his imagination from there.
Give me a
It
roll.
says this. You made the situation happen, possibly. Like, oh God.
Wait, so you get to ask two questions then, right?
You get to ask
Okay.
2 questions.
Do I know? I'm gonna use this as an adjective. Do I know, or a noun, I should say? Do I know blank noun that might be behind this?
Do you know anyone that might be behind?
I said noun.
Do you know
Anyone is a being or a human is what I think of anyone.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This being the first time that you've dealt with this creature in particular, and what I have set up, because I've actually thought about why the creature's here and the bigger picture of why it's here.
Okay,
but what I will say is, unfortunately, no, you do not know
Okay.
anyone that might be behind this.
But do I know someone that could possibly help us?
Do you know someone that can help you right now?
Yes.
Unless you forgot.
Not like in that could help us with said monster or gook or mush situation. Like someone that we have not met yet.
Tell you what, give me... Who do I know that can help us right now? Right now.
Right now.
Shit, man. You've got Dr. Luke Durand there.
But is there a NPC that maybe the audience or ourselves have not met, but that Pops might know?
Give me one moment, because this is kind of like on the fly stuff here.
Expect the unexpected, as Pops would say.
Okay. As of... Oh boy. And what is it that you're looking for help with? The monster or the medical issue?
Well, we already have the doctor, so I mean, between my experience in war and Dr. Pepper's experience in life, yeah, I'm sure the arm's coming off or it's not at this point. So I'm thinking about like the monster or the weird situation, and I gotta have a contact somewhere within the county if I've been a reporter for X amount of years. Maybe the witch doctor.
No.
Maybe.
I gotcha. I think I've got you. So, Charles was kind of head of articles that dealt with conspiracy in the city of Lafayette. You were the guy that would kind of like draft tactics and like articles of, if you have to deal with these supernatural beings, this is what you do to get rid of them. If you're dealing with a demon possession, you want to grab your Bible and you want to grab some holy water. Like, that was you. There is another guy who works at the Gazette. His name is Ivan, and Ivan is the guy that would come to you with uh, with monsters. He would say he'd be the type of guy that says, "All right, well, I know that there's these monsters that I've been reading about, and these werewolves from these books, and I'm dealing with cases over in. Let me take a look at the map here. So Lafayette's there. But he'd come over and say, "Hey, there was a Bigfoot sighting in St. Martin's."
Okay, so how long, like, I don't know. Now getting a little bit more character development on said Ivan, since I know him personally because he's worked at the Gazette for how long now?
Ivan's been working there for about 5 years.
Okay, so and I've been there since they put the first stake in said place, right? Ish.
Yes.
Okay, so I know a little bit about Ivan, so I know where to find Ivan.
Yes.
Most likely, I do.
Yep. Ivan.
And since it's about 8:45 on a Friday or Saturday night,
yes.
Where would Ivan be at?
Ivan. You know what? You got a 10. You got a 10. Ivan. Lives near. He lives close by. Ivan runs a curio shop. He has a shop in the middle of town called Stranger Things. And Ivan, his house, quote unquote, it's kind of one of those situations where, like, the downstairs is a shop, but the upstairs is the house.
Okay, so he lives. So he spends his life in one building / house / workstation, and downtown, and he lives and he has a place called Stranger Things where he sells or. You see, hey, everyone else in the party, you see where I'm going with this? Or maybe we go talk to Ivan?
Is everyone healed enough to go talk to Ivan? I mean, I don't know if
I'm
really want to leave my dad.
Well, you don't have to, but I got two strapping young men that are very strong.
I don't know. Is Harry even listening, or is he still listening to his podcast?
Here.
All right.
This is the Ivan, podcast. This is Harry's favorite podcast.
Ivan is he's more of a contractor, an independent contractor, or does he work for the Gazette?
I think he he's independent.
Okay. So, all right. Now, hey there, girl.
Yes.
I just think that you go ahead and keep Charlie on nice company tonight. Harry, Isaiah, what do y'all say about go meeting a contact of mine downtown?
I mean, it sounds like a good idea, but also just to counterpoint to this, her dad is marked, and if we leave, we're leaving a little girl, a doctor, and an unconscious man to battle for themselves.
All right. Well, I suggest you stay here then.
Oh, I mean,
is that not what you were saying?
I mean, it was what I was saying, but I mean, I don't know if I want to be near the person that's been marked.
Well, I'm gonna say this: at least you're not afraid to pull the trigger.
Or,
oh, geez, that's too soon. Too soon.
Even Dr. Luke looks at you and goes, "A little on the nose, don't you think?"
All right. All right. Now, Mr. Harris, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need your some help and some due diligence from y'all. Now you hear?
These guys are not only
Okay.
dragon.
So,
All right. All right,
do
my buddy Ivan lives just about a quarter mile down the way.
Going for his blood, dude.
So
And I reckon that he knows a thing or two about this about this situation that's going on now.
all right. Let's go. But before that, just to waste more time, just a question for the party, not as my character. Since I have powers now, should I use something called tune in to find out where this creature is? What he's planning to do?
ooh,
Who is he going to attack next? What does it regard as its biggest threat? How can I attract its attention? Next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Isaiah, I think you should do your praying on your own time.
Well, you all did shit on your own time. Every goddamn one of you, except fucking Mr. Podcast Man.
All right. All right. So me and Harry, I summoned Harry to the front porch, and I'm gonna let Isaiah do his thing inside.
so you're leaving, and Isaiah's gonna do the tune in.
Isaiah.
Well, so here's one thing.
Well, here's what I want to know:
Is Harry gonna come with me?
I'm coming with.
Who is
All
leaving?
right.
Who is staying?
You know, maybe Harry should stay, and I don't want to be the next target.
I think for everyone to leave because I had to leave.
Harry should stay.
Harry and I are on the front porch. I'm smoking a cigarette.
I am starting a timer right now. You've got 20 seconds to decide who's going and who's staying.
Well, Isaiah's about staying and about all the concerns, and I know he knows how to shoot a gun.
Do you know what kind of tension it is that you want me to be in the room with the person I shot? You guys figure this out.
I'm just
10
not
seconds.
leaving my daddy.
All right. I'm on the front porch waiting for one of y'all to come out.
You know
I
what?
told you, I'm with you.
Okay, well, I walk back. Fuck.
All right, that's it. Okay, so Isaiah's in the house. Tabitha, you're in.
I am staying right next to my daddy. I'm holding
Tabitha's
his
in
hand.
the house.
I'm all
Harry and
weepy-eyed.
Leroy have left to go to Ivan's house. So
I locked the door.
He said he locked the door. Remember that, Keeper.
That blue, all right?
Oh,
understood.
God.
Okay.
Knock 3 times.
So as Leroy and Harry leave the house,
trying to get
Isaiah, describe for me how you are.
Oh, they're hitting.
What how you're tapping in. Like, what do you feel like your character does? What does
I'm gonna walk. I don't want anybody kind of looking hardcore at me, so I'm gonna walk a little away from everybody to the side of the room, with my back towards them. Grab onto my necklace and start.
Has,
Oh God, my brother's talking.
Ran through all my mushrooms.
And I'm gonna ask the spirit, whatever voice I heard. Is there any way you could help me find out anything about this creature that's trying to kill us?
So what are you? You feel the vibrating from your necklace.
And then I pretty much what I got for that situation. Just want to. I don't know if I feel it or if I hear a voice.
Well, what is the move that you're trying to do?
It's called. Let's click it. Does that work in this one?
Should.
Do I click the?
You should have to click the dice.
It disappeared. Oh God! I'm making everything disappear.
What are you making disappear?
I clicked the square and it disappeared. Well.
Oh, you probably have it to only show checked. What are you doing on your moves?
Yeah.
Hit show unused or show.
Oh, I think I know what he did.
He
Here,
probably
I'm
checked the
fixing
box
it.
in front of it and it unchecked it.
Okay.
So now he has to.
There, that
Okay.
should have fixed it.
Is that how I do it? Is that how you see it?
Because I'm telling you
Okay,
right
I
now,
think I did it.
Yeah, I
All
see
right,
something.
so tune in. You can attune your mind to a monster or minion. Roll plus weird. On a 10 plus, you hold 3. 7 to 9, you hold 1. On a miss, the monster becomes aware of you.
Oh,
This is the move
Well,
you want to use?
shoot.
Yeah, well, look here, Tabitha. He already knows we're here, and he knows exactly where your dad is, who's right beside me.
That's fair
So
enough.
how could
I mean, yeah, okay, you got a fair point.
I got to
Okay.
figure? It can't get much worse that he already knows we're here, and he's gonna double.
Don't jinx us like that.
He's
I
gonna
thought you were
double know
alone.
me.
He's
I,
with
Yeah,
us.
I thought
I
you
was in the
said that you
same
walked
room,
into a different room so that no one would.
Oh no,
like,
I just
Gary,
walked to
check
the
the chat.
other side of the room because they left. So I'm not gonna leave the girl, her dad, and a doctor by herself.
Okay.
I just want to open the door, but I guess I could do it before I go back into the room if they're in a separate room.
Okay,
However,
well, look, tune in. You've got to make that roll. So you can click the dice at the end.
a 14.
Holy crap.
Oh, nice.
Harry, check the chat.
Bro. Okay, dude, you get you get
I know.
3 of those questions. So you ask me what you want to know.
Well, first of all, I just want to talk to God and say, I wish my friends who just left did at least so I could tell them where the creature is right now.
Yes, it's okay.
Because that, where is the creature? And could I ask just a slightly? Do I feel the creature? Can it split up at all, or if it's just one
There's a
thing?
lot of
I
mushrooms.
just want to know if I feel it in one spot too.
Give me one question at a time.
Well, where's the creature? I just want to know if it's like in one spot though, or if there's multiple parts of it. I guess only one, so that's it.
What I will say,
They go that way, they'll hit a mushroom.
the creature that attacked you,
Okay, that makes sense.
the creature that attacked you, your eyes roll into the back of your head, and everything goes black once again. You're once again in that dark space in the swamp, standing in water, the moonlight going through the trees, and you feel the cool breeze, and you can smell the fresh, clean air. And your feet lift up out of the water, and you're floating in air as you lift up above the trees. And the world seems to, it's not so much that you're flying, but it's almost like you're floating in place above the swamp as the world rotates underneath you. And you see the city of Lafayette getting closer, but you're still at the tree line. And you can see, if you look down in the swamp, you can see there is a large mass. It almost looks like just a dark red puddle, and it's rippling, kind of like if someone threw a pebble into a pond of water, and it's just making this circular rippling movement over and over. It's in the woods on the edge of town, and I'm going to say that with your 14 roll, you know exactly where this is. It's actually at the outskirts of town, near the road that you usually take home to your home, the barn where you and Harry work.
Oh shit,
Okay.
Kale is mad, dude.
Would that so that's you?
That's what
I'm
mad.
sorry, you kind of like cut out a
Although
little
I
bit.
was 3-0.
Oh god, my
But I
brother's
think
so
you're better
loud.
than ours. Oh no, you're
So what did you say exactly then? I know exactly where it is. It's in the swamps right outside of town. It's like in between the way from like my work in town.
Yep.
Oh, so like right at like next to my house.
Not
That's
next. Not next to your house. There's still like a trip that you would need to make to get to your house, but you know this area.
So if we were going to go look for this later on, I know the idea of the area. It's in like going down the road. It's in the swamp around these parts.
Yes, if you went looking for this creature right now, you would know exactly the general area. I would say you would know within 100 feet of where this creature is right now.
Okay. Who is it going to attack next? At least, do I know who they're like? Do I know the person who it's going to attack next?
Tell you what, I'm not dismissing this question.
Yo, if they can keep pressure there, I'll
I'm
solo
not
take that.
dismissing this question, but we are going to save that for the end of the episode.
You're gonna have to remember that one then.
Yeah, I've got it. One more.
I would love to know what it's planning, but give me 1 second. I just got
They're out here clearing all my
one of
shrooms
two
before they come to the
questions.
garden.
Who does it
They're
regard
out,
as
right?
its biggest threat, and what is
I'm
it
waiting to see if one of
planning?
them come this way.
Well, we're using one of the questions for the who is it gonna attack next? So it's one or the other. What is it planning right now, or who does it
I thought I
regard as
got
the
three.
biggest threat?
So don't I get 3 questions? Oh no, that's what I was saying. I was thinking because you said you're gonna save who is it going to attack
Hey,
next.
do you know
You're
his
gonna
real
answer
name?
that later.
I'm gonna answer that later.
Oh,
You
I
ever
have
heard
one more
his real
question,
name?
right? That's what
Yes.
I was saying. Thinking between 2 of the questions.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. And have you ever heard of his
LS,
real name?
am I allowed
His
to
name-
ask anyone if they want to help me?
Nope,
Like I don't know.
this is just you.
Are you-
You can't
like-
communicate with anyone in your own head right now.
I didn't know that.
That's great. I mean, there's a lot of people in my own head.
Apparently, that's like a great thing to them. Like
What
to
is it?
sacrifice they.
But
want to.
yeah, I need one more question.
Who does it regard as the biggest threat?
I almost killed Kale, dude.
So, as far as who it regards as the biggest threat, you see
How did you get charmed? I was
a
with her.
shadow of a very,
Well,
very tall man. You see he's cloaked in shadow, but you can see that
I know when the tower is a good
he
idea.
lifts up. It's a shadow of a person.
I think
You can't see details of who this person is, but it's kind of like in Star Wars, you know how they have the holograms and you can see the person there, but you can't
A
see
really shitty hologram.
the setting that's around them. Think of
That's
it like that. You can see this person acting out their day-to-day life, but you can't see their
38.
face, you can't see details of them, but you notice that they reach out to pick up a glass and they have extremely long, slender fingers. And he grabs what looks to be a chalice and he sips from it. This very tall, shadowed figure. You can see that he's almost wearing like a cape. It's a cloak of some type.
Well,
I am going to, while you are currently in your own head, and like I said, I'm going to come back for that last thing.
okay.
I am going to move on to Tabitha. Tabitha, Harry said that he's going with Leroy, so we'll hold that.
Keeper, can you just check the chat real quick?
Oh, I've not been doing that either.
Bad fight.
Where would you be grabbing this doll bomb from?
No, she's a bright-eyed Susan, and it's just something like I was literally in my workshop armory, ublete. I don't know how to fucking say that.
Oubliette.
Like oubliette.
No.
So
The oubliette is the prison.
Yeah, you weren't in the oubliette.
but it's an all-in-one. It's a three-fer. That's what you just
I think
established last
But
time.
what did where is that? Why don't I see that?
It's his
on your-
Haven.
Yeah, but I don't see it in his. Oh, I'm not looking at his sheet
You
currently.
should be looking at his sheet. Yeah, that would help. And it's on the right. It should be in the rightmost column.
So
And
you
if I
have
was
you have
here,
an armory.
catch up. Great, but
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna let you do with your armory.
It's the 1800s. It's the late 1800s, early 1900s. Obviously, porcelain dolls are a thing.
I'm not arguing whether you can
yeah.
create this or not. What I'm saying is you're gonna have to make a roll, but I just really quick want to, before I get to you, because that's moving out of the house. Tabitha, what is there anything you want to do before the before the night ends?
I mean, me as Tabitha or me as
You as Tabitha.
No, I think that she's just had a really rough day and probably just wants to hold her dad's hand, and she's probably crying while laying on his chest. I mean, I really don't know what else I can do here.
We're sorry, Mrs. Swanson. We're gonna have to cut it off.
Wait, what?
We'll discuss that in the morning.
Right.
Okay, so but we see Tabitha, and she's just sitting next to Charles on the table, and she's resting her head on her father's chest and holding her dad's hand, and we see tears coming down her face and getting her father's shirt wet.
She's probably almost sleeping at this point. Honestly, it's been a really stressful day.
Yeah. We go over to Harry and Leroy walking down the road towards Ivan's house.
Okay.
Hey Harry, if anybody knows what's going on, it's my old buddy, old pal Ivan. He's been around the block, and he knows what them them other people across the pond are doing.
Okay.
So you had asked about if you had this doll bomb, and so
It's called the Bright-Eyed Susan.
The Bright-Eyed Susan. So here's what I'm going to say. As I said, I don't have an issue with the fact that you would know how to put one of these together. It comes down to if you had one on hand, and in the armory, you have a stockpile of mystical and rare monster-killing weapons and items. If you need a special weapon, roll plus weird. On a 10 plus, you have it. And plenty of it, if that matters. On a 7 through 9, you have it, but only the minimum, which I would say is 1. And on a miss, you've got the wrong thing. So I want you to roll an armory check using plus weird, and I want to see what we've got.
Armory with weird, yeah?
If he gets a miss, could he have just grabbed the porcelain doll that's nothing done with it?
I will make that decision.
So it says plus/minus forward ? 0.
No minus forwards, or no plus or no minus forwards. Just
I got it.
Okay, shit. You got your 10 plus, so you have. I'm gonna say you have a couple bright-eyed Susans with you.
Yeah, I got one that's blonde. I got another brunette, and I like pretend like as we're walking, I'm like making fun of them, but like I obviously know they're dolls, but like I'm like having a conversation with each other, trying to be weird with like Harry, but like, oh, oh, my name's Tabitha. I'm worried about my dad. Oh, my name's Harry. My eyes are rolling behind my head, and then like I'm like doing this the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, look at this. I'm all burnt up, like just making fun of the whole situation.
Okay, this.
Roll
Yeah.
for weird.
No, that's just plain weird. Um, yeah, you play with these explosive little dolls all the way to.
I'm showing
Ivan's
Harry
house.
this at the same time, and I'm wondering what Harry is gonna be like. Like I'm waiting, like I'm having
Harry-
a conversation with him. And,
Harry is giving you a thumbs up while quietly shitting his pants.
like keeping like 6 feet away from me, kind of thing.
Yeah. Socialing distancing, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have reached the storefront of Stranger Things, and all of the lights are out. You can see that all of the lights are out downstairs and upstairs.
Well, Harry, this is a quite unusual little situation we got going on here. Ivan's never asleep. One time I saw him asleep, but he had a little bit too much to drink. But it's okay. He always leaves his back door unlocked now.
You're gonna slide through his back door.
Yeah, can we go see if his back door is open?
You tell me what Leroy would do, and I'm gonna tell you.
Leroy at this point would walk around to the back and see if he's in his garage. If his garage light is off, he's just gonna make sure that everything's all right.
It's just the one. So his garage, I would say, is probably just an extension of the shop. Like he has his own little workshop, but all of the lights are off. But you've walked around to the back of his shop / house.
Yes, that's exact. I'll be like, hey, son, why don't you go and follow me this way?
Leroy and Harry, as you are walking around in this backyard behind the shop late at night, it's dark. There's not a lot that is illuminated. You hear the clicking of a shotgun being cocked.
Oh, hey, we're friends. We're friends.
So going back to Isaiah, where I'm gonna just leave that there. You just heard the hammer of a shotgun get cocked back.
And what Pops would do, being Pops, would pull out his and rack his too. But go ahead.
Oh boy.
Scene.
Okay. We go back to Isaiah. Isaiah, earlier you had asked who is it going to attack next. So once again, you're in that position where you're floating above the trees of the swamp, and the world rotates underneath you, and it brings you into the center of Lafayette. And it's early morning. It is early morning. The sun is coming up, and you see in the marketplace there are tanners and traders that are hanging up like leather skins and clothes that they're about to be peddling in the marketplace. You see farmers that are showing off their fruit stands and their food stands, and you have grocers that are selling their items on the street. Like, you see all of these little storefronts, not necessarily storefronts, but like if you've ever been to a flea market and you see those like booths where people are setting up uh, their shops to sell items, and you see all of these customers that are walking through the market. You see uh, men, women, children with their parents walking through the marketplace. You see, uh, men talking to the tanners about their goods and the skins and the quality of the pelts that are for sale. You see, uh, you see a young woman talking to the grocer as she's like feeling an orange to see if it feels like it's good, or she picks up a pear and she's talking to the grocer, and you see that she's holding the hand of her daughter, and her daughter is just kind of looking around, and obviously the child is bored with where she is, and the child's looking at the fruit, and she looks towards you. She doesn't see you, but she looks towards you, and she lets go of her mom's hand, and she starts walking towards you. And she just stops and stares. And you see a small pool of red liquid start moving on the ground towards her. And it's just inching closer and closer. And then to the left, you see a second red pool of liquid start moving closer and closer to her. And that's where we're going to end the session.
What the hell are you talking about?
You're a sick fuck.
Thank you for joining. See us again in 2 weeks for the next episode of